I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow.
Hi, I'm Matea Babcock, and this is a Harmony Moment. And today I'll be sharing with you 5 tips of kind of my checklist I go through on what I like to do before I get on a horse to make sure they're ready to ride and to set my ride up for success. The first thing I like to do is check out my hindquarter yields. So can I yield my horse's hindquarters? I want her hind end to cross over and her front end to stand still. This is the basic level of control that I need to be able to steer my horse, and it also helps supple my horse for things like sideways and bending. So I'll check that on both sides. And if my horse doesn't move, I can add in a little rhythm and even tap them on the hindquarters. And I'm careful that I keep her nose tipped towards me so that she can't just take off and kick me. The next thing I like to check is that I have a good backup. Backup sets my leadership and kind of the tone for the session. So I'll just ask my horse to back out, and she already knows this, so my expectation is that she respond within 2 seconds or 2 strides. So if she doesn't, I'm gonna go straight to my stick. But she went ahead and backed out. That was very nice. If I need to tune that up at all, I'll use my stick and I'll flick. And see how her hindquarters went out a little bit there? I can correct that by moving the front end over and ask her to back up again. So anytime I have to go to phase 4, I'm gonna bring my horse back in and start over. I wanna get everything from phase 1. And that's how I keep my horses nice, light, and responsive. And then the next thing I wanna check is that my horse is comfortable and they look rideable at a walk, trot, and canter. So even when I just send my horse out here, I'm gauging, does she just blast off? If that's not something I'm comfortable riding, then I need to get that worked through on the ground. But she's walking, which is super nice. That's kind of a sign of emotional fitness. I can ask her up to a trot. That looks like a very nice trot. It's not too fast. So I'm always looking for rhythm, relaxation, and understanding. If she didn't have rhythm in her trot, I'd do circles until she could find that cadence. So that all looks rideable. And I always like to do 1 speed higher than I plan on riding. So that looks great. That's all nice and rideable. The next thing I like to check is that I have steering even on the ground. So I can throw my stick away here, and I can practice everything that I'm gonna do from the saddle from the ground. So I can practice my lateral flexion, close 1 finger at a time, pull it towards where my knee would be in the saddle, and she was nice and soft there. If she wasn't, I'd just continue doing that until I could bring her head around without her moving. I just hold until my horse stops. It's the release that teaches. The next thing I like to check is that I have some leg cues. So I can practice my 4/4 yield by pressing my 4/4 yield button on her side and then guiding her over with my hand. And I can block any forward that she may have. and just testing that out on both sides. And I can even use the stirrup or my thumb. So forequarter yields, check. The next thing, I want to check that I have hindquarter yields. So I'm just going to press right by my back cinch, see if I can get her to yield her hindquarters all the way around. And that's a pretty good checklist as far as knowing what I'm gonna have when I get in the saddle. If I can do those things successfully, I know my horse is ready to ride. Thanks so much.